Hey everyone, this is Bill Wardell, your host for Keeping Our Kids Safe. Glad you joined us today. Our video series is called Kids Helping Kids, and we normally on a Wednesday do trending with teens, but today we're going to be doing trending with kids. All of your kids are getting ready for Halloween. You've probably already went out and purchased your costumes. You've got bowls of candy ready for those that come by your house. Just a couple of little quick tips to keep you and your family safe. First of all, the most important thing is go with your kids trick-or-treating. Don't let them go out by themselves. Even older kids that think they're okay to go by themselves, tag along with them. You're going to be much happier. You're going to have kids that are going to be safe. You never know what's lurking behind a corner, especially if you live in a bigger suburb area or your kids go into areas where they don't know your family. There's all sorts of things that can happen, and it's not all of it going to be majorly bad, but there's going to be things, kids can get lost and those kind of things. So just number one tip, be with your kids. Number two tip, don't be taking candy that hasn't been wrapped. Even then, you need to be going to homes that people in your neighborhood that you've talked to before. Just don't be going to strangers' houses and getting candy. You just never know what's going on with those folks, and it could just be something that they're trying to trick you, or it could be much more perverse than that, and things can happen. So just those are the two top safety things. Number three would be to make sure your kids are dressed up in costumes that have reflective, especially in a bigger setting like that's in a suburb where there's a lot of traffic, people going in and out of homes, especially on Halloween. There's a lot of people that take their kids in their cars and goes. Just make sure your kids have the appropriate costume wear. Don't be covering their faces with masks. It makes it so that they can't see side to side. If your kids have special needs, no way should you be going out and taking them out without you being there. And I think that goes all the way up to probably 14 years old. I think that kids that are older than 14 probably are not into the trick-or-treating or going out and doing Halloween parties and things like that. But if your older kids, 10, 11, 12, 13, are saying we need to go by ourselves, make it a habit and just go with them. If you want to cut them loose to go and hang out with friends later, that's cool, but be with them while they're doing this and going to other people's homes. Plus, it keeps them, being aware that adults are there and they're going to thank the people for the candy and things like that. It's just so much better. And for your Halloween for yourself, make sure that as you're picking out costumes, what you're doing as far as where you're going, and if the reflective tape needs to be on everywhere, especially if you're going to be walking, those kind of things. Just plan ahead. A lot of times, especially in this economy, people are making their own costumes. If you do that, make sure that you buy some reflective tape and do that on your own. Other than that, I think that most people have a blast at Halloween. I know that when I was a kid, we used to have a lot of fun, get a lot of candy. And one of the things you need to be aware of is try and limit that as much as you can if you can. One good way is that don't take the leftover candy and give it to your kids. We know in this day and age that a lot of sugar is not good for kids, so do it in moderation, and that's easier said than done when you got a whole bag full of candy. So kind of think in them terms, that it's not so much to fill up the bag with candy, but fill up the bag with candy of people that you know. So find a handful of maybe 10, 15, 20 families that you can go to and have a moderate bag full of candy. It's going to be better for your kids, it's going to be better for you. And, especially with all the things that are going on out there, go a little early too. I always found that if you're out past 8, 9, 10 o'clock, most people don't want you knocking on their door. And so anyway, those are the 5 tips that I came up with. I did a little bit of research on that, and I felt pretty much the same way as everyone else was doing for their top 5 to 10 tips. So hopefully you have a safe and happy holiday. This is Bill Wardell. You can catch our show every single Thursday online, our radio show, Keeping Our Kids Safe. Just type that into Google and you'll find us. Our video channel is YouTube/Keeping Your Kids Safe. I mean, it's just a wonderful system. It's set up for your use. Make sure you stop by, favorite, make sure you share it when you have some good information. And as always, be safe, and especially today, keep your kids safe, everyone. Thank you. Talk to you soon now. Bye-bye.